John Sweeney is a British serial killer from Liverpool, England. In 2011, the police finally caught up to him and arrested him for dismembering both Melissa Halstead and Paula Fields. He disposed of their body parts in bags, dumping them in canals in London and Amsterdam. He cut their hands, feet and head off, most likely to make it difficult for police to identify them. Most serial killers keep trophies to remember their victims by. This could be a lock of hair or a piece of jewelry. For John, it was his drawings. It was from his crimes where he found his inspiration. I saw a series on Netflix called Witness Murder Files, Episode 3 concerning John Sweeney. The episode showed different drawings he had done, some of which had helped police in his conviction. The remainder of them to this day left unsolved. There is one drawing in particular that caught my attention, so I took a screenshot of it and for a few days pondered over what it meant. I soon came to realize that it was a very detailed map leading to where I believe up to 3 potential victims are still located. At a first glance, it just seems like a random picture drawn by a crackhead. However, upon closer inspection, it reveals something rather chilling. Here is the drawing. It has multiple components to it, each representing a location and direction. I will now handle each component in order, so please follow along. Okay, so this is the drawing. Now it has multiple components to it. The first component that you look at is the Earth. That gives you the location and the direction of where this, which looks like a body bag, is supposed to be. This looks like a body bag, but it's also a satellite image, which is what the eyes represent. A satellite image, something that's looking down of where the bodies are. Okay, so how we get there is you look closely at this. Where's that rope attached? On a map, like there's Italy, there's England, North America. It's a very detailed map. If you look on a map, that's Austria. And we know that he went to Vienna in Austria. So what I did is I went and looked on Google Maps of Vienna, which is right here, right there, there's Vienna. Now how do we find the direction? So you go back to the picture, look at the shape of this rope. See how it curves up, curves down, has a bit of a bump in it, and then kind of cut off right there. Now you go back to the maps, look at the river Danube that runs by Vienna. It goes up, it goes down, and along, and cuts off down here by FISCHAMEND, which is a little southeast of Vienna. So again, look at that. Look at the shape of that compared to the shape of the rope. It's very similar. Very similar. So anyways, so what I look at is I look at where the rope cuts off in the map, which is starts up here, goes down, and cuts off by FISCHAMEND. So what I did is I zoomed in on FISCHAMEND. There's the International Airport, and now, as the picture says, I want to go somewhere south of the river Danube, where I'll find terrain that is the same color as the moon, right? That's what the moon represents, the terrain of where I'm supposed to look. And I'm looking for a satellite image that has this same geographical look to it, like this circular. I mean, like this type of shape here. So what I did is I went south of the river from FISCHAMEND down here, and I switched it to Google Earth view so I can see the different colored terrain. Wait for it to load. And now I'm looking for somewhere south of the river that has the same color terrain as the moon. Well, you can see that right here. See that? So I zoom in. It's the same color as the moon. And now I'm looking for a satellite image that matches this shape. See how we've got the cliff here with the shade. We've got the cliff here, and it kind of stretches out here. And then what's really important is this part here. So we have one bump, two bumps, and then kind of a little bump there, and a little trail over here. If you go back to the map, that is this part right here. There's the cliff, there's the shadow, there's the bottom of it, there's the first bump, there's the second bump, that's where it kind of flattens out with a little bump, and then there's that little trail. This image here, this satellite image, matches that. Again, look at this shadow here, and that cliff. That matches this right here. And look how close that is to the airport. The airport's right over here. So close to the airport. So you look even closer. Well, there's a name tag there. What does a name tag represent? A name tag represents that you use them to identify people. That's what he's using to identify or to show where the bodies are. And if you look at it, it's pointed. If you look closely, there's 1, 2, 3. Looks like headstones. And you see this white rope here that also represents the trail. And you see these headstones here. They also represent the bush, which I'll show you here. So again, you go in. There's that white trail, the rope on the bag in the other picture. There's the headstone bush part. All of these things match up to this part here in particular. So what I figure, based on that, the name tag is right about here, and it points in this general area right here. I think he came in here with his vehicle, whatever he had, stopped right here, or stopped around here somewhere, and disposed of the bodies in here. Out of the entire country of Austria, I have narrowed it down to this particular location based on his own drawing. That's how I got there, and the only way I got there is by being able to interpret what this meant, which gave the location where the rope is attached and the direction that the river Danube goes and where it cuts off. And that's it. That is basically it.